And while we are still waiting for the Fresno County Sheriff Margaret Mims to take the podium, let me just scroll through some of the comments that you guys have been commenting on our Facebook page. So a lot of you say that you guys knew Missy. A lot of you saying that you guys knew her daughter as well. Her daughter was 12 years old, like we mentioned in the past in previous reporting. So what just a heartbreaking thing for her family and close friends as well. Again, her disappearance has been ruled as suspicious, as we have reported in the past, according to officials with the Fresno County Sheriff's Office and everyone who is involved in this investigation. Again, she is known to frequent different art fairs, and she is known to be a vendor for jewelry in Fresno. So a lot of people have seen her in the public eye, and officials have deemed it suspicious, and it's unlike Missy to not be responsive or to communicate to her close friends and family since she was last seen on December 7. Again, we do have a crew on scene, as you can see here. This is a live shot of the Fresno County Sheriff's Office. They are going to be making that announcement pretty soon. But again, just to set the scene, and if you are just tuning in with us, officials from the Fresno County Sheriff's Office is expected to give an update on the efforts to locate a Fresno woman, Missy Hernandez, who has been missing since December 7. That's when she was last seen, and it's been more than a month since Missy Hernandez went missing. Now, investigators have ruled Missy's disappearance as suspicious. Fresno Art Fair has posted on their Instagram page as well regarding Missy's disappearance. So happening soon, we are going to hear from the Fresno County Sheriff, Margaret Mims, who will be giving us an update on the investigation. Again, at this point, we don't know what they are going to disclose, whether they will reveal a significant development or just share the progress on the search. But that's just going to be happening in a few minutes at the Fresno County Sheriff's Office headquarters in downtown Fresno. So going back on December 7, that's when she was last seen. This is all we know at this point. Her close friends and family had reported her missing soon after that and organized a search party within a 5-mile radius of South Fresno. And then law enforcement got involved. From previous interviews, her family just expressing the sadness, the worry for Missy. This is unlike her from what they mentioned, and every day seems like an eternity for them as they work to continue to locate Missy. Again, at this point, we don't know what officials are going to reveal, whether they're just going to share progress on the investigation. We will just have to wait and see what they are going to reveal at this point. So we've heard from spokesperson from the Fresno County Sheriff's Office, Tony Body, that Missy is a very social person who is out in the public eye regularly. So for her to not be responsive or seen was considered unusual. So again, just going back to the comments here on our Facebook page, Ray Marin has said what is going on, sharing prayers to the family. May she be home safe. A lot of you expressing that you knew Missy and her 12-year-old daughter as well. So just a worrying situation here as they continue to locate Missy Hernandez, who has been missing since December 7. Now, officials say she used to live in LA and is known to frequently travel back and forth from LA to Fresno. Tony Body also said in a previous interview that there is a chance that she could be anywhere between Fresno and Los Angeles. So again, that's going to be disclosed once Sheriff Mims takes a podium in just a few minutes. Let's take a live look right now.
Hey. Oh, that's good. I was just going to tell you this is going to start late. So I'm still out, but I'm just waiting. All right.
All right, so if you are just tuning in, we are awaiting to hear word from the Fresno County Sheriff Margaret Mims, as she will give an update on the missing Fresno woman, Missy Hernandez, who has been missing since December 7. We see on our live shot that they are preparing for the sheriff to make her statement. But again, if you are just tuning in with us this morning, we are live streaming across all of our digital platforms, including our app, Facebook, and our website as well. So again, it has been more than a month since a Fresno woman, Missy Hernandez, went missing. Now, investigators have ruled Missy's disappearance as suspicious, and we know that she has a 12-year-old daughter as well, and appears in the public eye a lot. She's known to create jewelry and frequently visits art fairs around Fresno. So happening soon, as you see here on our live shot, we are going to hear from the Fresno County Sheriff, Margaret Mims, who will give us an update on the investigation. So at this point, there are a lot of unknowns, but what we do know at this time is that they will be giving us an update regarding Missy Hernandez. We are unsure of what they are going to disclose, whether they will reveal a significant development or share progress on the search as well. But that's going to happen in just a few moments this morning at the Fresno County Sheriff's Office headquarters. So we are waiting to hear word from that. But going back just to set the scene, back on December 7, that's when she was last seen. Now, her close friends and family had reported her missing soon after that and organized a search party within a 5-mile radius of South Fresno. And then that's when law enforcement got involved. So we've heard from a spokesperson from the Fresno County Sheriff's Office, Tony Body, who you also see on our live shot earlier, that Missy is a very social person who is out in the public eye pretty regularly. So for her to not be responsive or seen is considered to be unusual. Again, close friends and family have reported her missing soon after December 7 when she was last seen. We are unsure where she was last seen, but it was reportedly in Fresno city limits. Now, officials say that she used to live in Los Angeles and is known to frequently travel back and forth from LA to Fresno. Tony Body also saying in a previous interview that there is a chance that she could be anywhere between Fresno and Los Angeles. So we hope we are going to be receiving a significant development, but as you can see here on your screen, we do have a live shot. We have a crew on scene, and they are getting ready to hear word from Sheriff Mims, who is going to be giving us an update regarding the whereabouts of Missy Hernandez, the 30 years old who has been missing since December 7th. We know that she has a daughter in Fresno. Let's take a listen.
Just make it look even. The DA is going to be maybe one person over here on this side.
Yeah, one over there. You stand with the DA over there.
I ran off and left her. Just a couple minutes till the DA gets here. Okay. Good morning. I'm joined here today by members of the Fresno County Sheriff's Office Homicide Team, as well as Fresno County District Attorney Lisa Smitkamp, to announce the arrest of a homicide suspect. Homicide detectives with the Fresno County Sheriff's Office have arrested 41-year-old Ramon Jimenez of Hanford. He's being held in the Fresno County Jail on charges of murder and domestic violence, and he's not eligible for bail. Jimenez is accused of killing 30-year-old Missy Hernandez, also known as Missy Perez, who at the time was his girlfriend. Missy has been missing since December 7th, 2021, and so far she has still not been found. Based on the evidence so far and the investigation, the Fresno County District Attorney's Office is confident that it can successfully prosecute this case, even though we've not located Missy. Ramon Jimenez has been in jail since December 8th, 2021. This is due to him being arrested for a previous domestic violence incident. A murder charge was added to his record on January 11th. The last time Missy Hernandez was seen was at an art show in downtown Fresno on the night of December 7th. She left the show with Ramon Jimenez. The next day, friends contacted the sheriff's office to check Missy's well-being because they were unable to get a hold of her. They considered it unusual for Missy to not respond in a timely manner. During the afternoon of December 8th, a deputy responded to her home on the 6000 block of South Chestnut Avenue in rural Fresno County. The deputy did not find Missy, but did make contact with Ramon Jimenez. The deputy recognized Jimenez as a person wanted for domestic violence against Missy in October at this same address. At the time, deputies responded and took a report from Missy, but Jimenez was not located. The deputy took Jimenez into custody on December 8th and booked him into the jail. On December 9th, friends of Missy went to her house and was able to get inside. Missy was nowhere to be found, but they did find evidence that she may be injured and need help. They made a report to the sheriff's office. Deputies, along with homicide detectives and members of the crime scene unit, eventually all responded to the house. Through the collection of evidence, Missy's disappearance is considered suspicious. Detectives identified Ramon Jimenez as a person of interest and made a request to a judge that he be held without eligibility for bail, which was approved. Over the course of the month-long investigation, detectives developed an overwhelming amount of forensic and digital evidence, some of which included DNA indicating a violent act took place at Missy's home. Digital evidence showed possible locations where Missy might be. Deputies searched those places but were unable to find her. Based on the evidence and the length of time Missy's been gone, detectives have reason to believe that she is dead and Jimenez is responsible for her death. We continue to search locations of where she possibly may be found. This remains an ongoing investigation, and anyone with information is asked to please contact Detective Gary Haslam at 559-367-4734 or 600-8209, or Dispatch Center, or people can still respond to Crime Stoppers at 498-7867. You can remain anonymous and be eligible for a cash reward. Now, I will say that friends of Missy's have been vital in reporting her missing, as well as helping us out with the information. I do want to indicate that what makes this case very unique is we are going to have a prosecution without having the actual body of the deceased person. The last time this happened in Fresno County was as a result of the 1974 murder of Mary Sue Kitts that was orchestrated by Clarence Ray Allen and ultimately led to the investigation and the homicides at Franz Market at Belmont and Temperance in Fresno County. So with that, I would like to introduce District Attorney of Fresno County, Lisa Smitkamp.
Thank you so much, Sheriff. The Sheriff has done a great job of detailing some of the facts and circumstances which have led us to the ability to file murder charges. As she indicated, there was an open domestic violence case that this suspect was already pending when the murder case evolved. He has appeared in court once. The public defender did appear in court, but they did continue the arraignment. He is now set for the next hearing, which is a continued arraignment in March 22nd specifically, and at that time they will revisit the issue of bail, and an attorney will officially be appointed for him. At this point, he is remaining in the Fresno County Jail on no bail, which means he is not eligible for release, even if he were to post a bond, because he is under no bail. This case is going to be prosecuted by the Fresno County District Attorney's Office Domestic Violence Unit, and the prosecutor will be Samantha Dukes.
Thank you, DA Smitkamp. What we believe is there still may be information out there that could help us with additional evidence in this case, and we're urging the public to call in if they'd had any conversations or contact with Ramon that might help us with this case. Please call in. So with that, are there any questions?
What can you tell us about the previous domestic violence charge?
Missy reported this in October, and Ramon was the suspect. Deputies looked for him at the time. He was not located, so he was still wanted for that assault. The deputy researched that address on his way to the call. He discovered that Ramon was a wanted person in that DV case, and as he arrived, he made contact with Ramon at the residence, knowing he was arrestable for the domestic violence.
Was there a stay-away order?
I don't know. Did she? Yeah, she did. Okay. So, not unusual in many domestic violence cases, even though there is a stay-away order. They obviously had contact after the domestic violence. That's not unusual in domestic violence cases.
What kind of history did Ramon have? Long history, criminal history?
So when I talked to detectives and were briefed this morning and today, when they confirmed that there's no prior criminal history on Ramon's part. Based on the evidence at the scene and the prior domestic violence, we know now that he had the propensity for violence, and the evidence at the scene shows there was a lot of violence at that home.
How many years could he face in prison?
So at this point, and just to clarify, I know this isn't significant criminal history, but he did have one prior drunk driving case from 2011 in addition to the pending domestic violence case. And at this time, based on the first-degree murder allegation that we have, he is facing 25 to life.
How difficult is it to try this case without a body?
Is that for me?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So it's always difficult to try cases if you don't have a perfect case. But I am confident after seeing what I saw this morning in the briefing. Our homicide unit, our domestic violence unit has been involved in this case. Our investigators have been involved in this case. And while I'm up here, I would like to compliment the Sheriff's Department on an excellent job. And I think that when the facts of this case are revealed, you will see that there really is not any other option other than to believe that this poor young woman is no longer living. And so it is very difficult to prosecute a homicide case, which is the killing of one human being by another without a body, without an actual dead body to show evidence of at a trial. But when you have the kind of work that has been done by these detectives behind me and by the crime analyst who did amazing forensic work in this case, we are confident that we will be able to successfully prosecute this case and prove to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt that this person very violently murdered Miss Hernandez.
Anything you could tell us about their relationship besides the abuse and how long were they together?
They hadn't been together for very long at all, but they were together at the time, of course, of the domestic violence. frankly, it doesn't matter how long they were together, but they were together for a short amount of time. This kind of goes to previous relationships and friendships that either Missy or Ramon had. We believe there might be somebody out there that might have additional information and had communicated with Missy or with Ramon, and that's what we need in addition to what we have. So I'm encouraging the public to call in, let us know.
Can you describe the locations you've searched for the body? Are they in the county, or
Yeah.
are they near a lake, or?
Yeah. So the locations that have been identified are in several counties. So not only Fresno County, but even points beyond. Detectives have done a lot of work. Just this morning, we got additional locations, so we're going to continue to search. So we are checking every location that has the possibility of having Missy's body.
And the last place she was seen, she was where?
The last place she was seen was at the art show with Hernandez the day before she was reported missing,
And do we know where that art show was at?
downtown Fresno.
In the address, maybe?
Downtown Fresno.
Her home, you said there's a lot of evidence there, forensic, digital evidence, DNA. I take that as meaning there was a lot of blood there. Is there anything you guys could elaborate on?
That's correct. We found evidence of a lot of blood at the scene.
Assuming her cell phone, bank, none of that is.
We do have digital evidence from many sources.
But like nobody's try to access her bank accounts or use her cell phone or anything like that?
All of the evidence that we have, I'm not going to reveal the individual pieces that we have. Checking credit cards and bank statements and that kind of thing is a normal part of any investigation. I'll just say that we have a lot of digital evidence.
Any other challenges with this case
Yeah.
besides the missing body?
Well, we have such an overwhelming amount of evidence, and of course, we're going to continue looking for more. But just the fact that we have a missing homicide victim makes this very difficult. As I said, this is only the second case we've had in Fresno County that's been prosecuted without a body. So that's what makes it very unique and challenging. However, the detectives did a great job, and I want to commend the DA's office because when we called them, they assigned an investigator to the case as well. We've been running it past their prosecutors to make sure that we had everything that they needed. So this has been a partnership and a joint investigation from the beginning.
Have the opportunity to be released on bond or anything?
No, he's not eligible for bail. We went through a court process for that. The judge agreed when presented with the case that he should not be able to bail out. All right. Thank you all very much.
All right, stunning developments there as a missing persons case has now turned into a homicide case. So officials with the Fresno County Sheriff's Office had revealed that 41-year-old Ramon Hernandez was arrested, who had been previously dating Missy Hernandez. Now, Hernandez was previously wanted for domestic violence and is accused of murdering Missy. Now, in December 8, he was put into custody, and officials say that Jimenez and Hernandez had been together for a short amount of time. Locations were identified in several counties, including Fresno County, as far as to find evidence of the accused murder. So officials have said that they did find a lot of blood at the scene, pointing to the possibility of Hernandez being violently murdered. Sheriff Mims said that there was an overwhelming amount of evidence and DNA showing violent acts against Hernandez. So right now, Jimenez does remain in Fresno County Jail with no bail. The case will be prosecuted with the DA's office. According to Sheriff Mims, Jimenez doesn't have prior criminal history, but evidence shows that he did have a propensity for violence, and evidence shows that there was significant violence against Hernandez, according to Sheriff Mims. So, according to Fresno District Attorney Lisa Smith-Camp, Jimenez does face a possibility of 25 years to life in prison once he is convicted. So again, just to review what was revealed, stunning developments here regarding Missy Hernandez, who was missing since December 7. She is still nowhere to be found. Now, according to Sheriff Mims, this is the only second case where they are going through a homicide process without an actual body. But again, 41-year-old Ramon Jimenez has been arrested, wanted in connection for the death of Missy Hernandez. Again, we're going to have all of this information on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. We're going to stay on top of this story, so be sure to follow us on our Facebook page, on our website, yourcentralvalley.com, and also our app. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.